Hi, this is Bobby Rio, creator of Unlock Her Legs, and today's video is called The Most Attractive Trait You Can Display to a Woman. So today we're going to talk about one of the most attractive traits you can display to a girl, and that trait is certainty. Now, what is certainty? What do I mean by certainty? Certainty is a firm conviction that something is true. And what a girl really wants from you is certainty. That you're her best possible choice. That where she is the best possible place to be. That sleeping with you is the best possible decision that she can make. Because she doesn't know. She can't make up her mind. And she doesn't want the burden of making that decision. And when girls are attracted to confident guys, it's because they present this certainty for them. See, girls have what I call make up my mind for me syndrome. All women have it. And it exists in all phases of the relationship. From the very first moment you approach her, to the very first time she takes her clothes off for you, to the very first time she's blurting out, I love you. She wants to be led. She wants to be told what to do. She wants to feel like she had no control over the outcome. Because this gives her an out if things go wrong. It absolves her of the blame and the responsibility. This way in her mind, she can say, I had no choice. It wasn't my decision. More than anything, girls don't want to be wrong. This is why girls hate needy behavior. Because if you're acting like needy around her and you're not sure if she should like you, she starts second-guessing herself. Same thing goes on the approach. Same thing when you ask her out on a date. Same thing when you're trying to sleep with her. Never put her in a spot where she has to be the one to say yes or no to moving things forward. She doesn't want that decision. You are the man. It is your job to take that responsibility. Now, this is especially true when it comes to escaping the friend zone. I remember I had this female friend who I had hung out with for 3 or 4 years without ever hooking up with. I started to become increasingly attracted to her, and I decided that I wanted to finally hook up with her. But I knew that if I disclosed my feelings verbally, it would give her a chance to make up her own mind. And that's the last thing we want. Instead, on a ski trip together with a bunch of other friends, after a night of drinking and typical flirtation, I went for the kiss. And she let me kiss her for a second, and then she turned her cheek and said, we shouldn't do this. A few seconds later, I kissed her again. We kissed a few more times that night. Now, the next morning, after having some time to think about it, she told me she doesn't want things to get weird and what happened last night was a mistake. Later that night, I kissed her again. She slapped me. I kissed her again. She slapped me again. Now, realize that every time I kissed her, she kissed me back, and I was not forcing myself on her. It's a big distinction. Anyway, I woke up the next morning, and I decided that I've shown my hand, and I wasn't going to try anything again. That morning, the minute she saw me, she started kissing me, and we slept together the whole remainder of the weekend. Because I made up her mind for her. She didn't want to take that responsibility to turn our friendship or ruin our friendship, so she hesitated. But when I took the lead, she eventually followed. Certainty is one of the traits that almost all players possess. Now, in my Player's Paradigm course, I talk about the other 7 mindsets that kind of are guiding mindsets of guys that are really good with women. See, these guys act like there is no doubt the girl would be attracted to him. There is no doubt that she wants to kiss him. There is no doubt she wants to be his girlfriend. Compare that attitude to the typical attitude of the needy nice guy. The needy nice guy is never certain. He constantly needs reassurance that she likes him, that he's not making mistakes. And this neediness causes him to get clingy. Because he's not certain if she likes him, he feels the need to text her all the time for reassurance. Or he constantly wants to hang out with her just for the reassurance. Now, girls pick up on this self-doubt, and it's extremely unattractive, and it actually creates a self-fulfilling prophecy. So make a conscious effort to replace insecurity with certainty. See, girls want a man who's certain of his value. Girls want a leader, someone who takes charge. For example, instead of asking a girl if you can have her number, tell her to give it to her. Hand her your phone and tell her, type it in. She'll do it. When you ask a girl out, never say, what do you feel like doing or where do you want to eat? Instead, say, I'll pick you up at 8 and we're going to head to the track. We'll grab a bite there. Be certain that the track is the best possible place you can be. Banish the doubt and the insecurity from your mind. all those thoughts of, does she like me? Is the track really a good date location? Should I try to kiss her later? Eliminate all of that and replace it with certainty and thank me later. Now, I mentioned that in my Player's Paradigm course, we talk about the 7 mindset shifts. And if you'd like to implement more mindsets of the player, then check out the Player's Paradigm, where you discover the 7 mindset shifts for thinking like a player. And the thing is, when you begin to think like a player, you act like a player. And when you act like a player, women think you're a player. And when women think you're a player, you are a player, and you're getting the same outcomes these guys are. So click the link below and check it out.